Okay, family. So, Ammon and I had to do a quick video because it was just interesting. We finally got to the part of the airport where we could sit down. So we arrived at the airport and they kind of stopped us like right at the front. So the driver and the friend that was with us just kind of left us with our bags. They were asking for, did he ask for our COVID results when we walked up?
Yeah.
Asked for the COVID results, right? So we showed them the paperwork and our passport. They let us into the airport. We get into the airport, and then it's like this line, and they're telling us that, of course, you got to pay that $20 fee again leaving, y'all. $20 each for me and Amon, right? So we paid a fee leaving, and then they tell us we have to fill out this declaration form, a form for New York, right? A New York health form. So we're like, why do we need to fill out a New York health form when we're flying into Washington, Dulles, right? They can't answer. All they know is we have to fill out the form for the states. The form won't load. We do it on Google, and we're having all these problems trying to load the form. There was another brother, I'm assuming he was from the States as well. He seemed to be American. And we were trying to help him get his form loaded on his phone. We did it like 10 times. Finally, one of the guys working at the airport was nice enough to allow us to use his phone. So we used his phone to be able to download the form. We went up to the desk, and the lady had difficulty spelling where we're from, right at Reading, Pennsylvania. So our mom's getting frustrated, but he was very patient and he spelled it for her. And a lot of our words, English words, are foreign to them, so I'm sure it was difficult for her to spell. But he was very patient. I let Ammon handle that while I was trying to download this form. So then we finally they decide I got Ammon's form downloaded, but I couldn't get mine's loaded, right? So the site was HTTPS New Forms New York State Traveler Form or something like that. Had we known prior, we probably could have filled it out before arriving, but we didn't know, right? Okay, so we finally get the form filled out, and then they call Ammon in with the bags. They tell him to go through security, which is like a back room, right? It's not even like a real security check. It's a back room with people standing at a desk, and they wanted to check all 3 of our bags. So they check all 3 of our bags, and they go through the bags. There's nothing in there. We go back and sit down. We're still trying to figure out my form, and as we're doing that, one of the security agents comes out from the back after we already gave our bag ticket check. And he says, your bag is alarming. And we're like, oh shit, like what is he, pardon. We're like, what is he talking about? The bag is alarming. So of course, I forgot I had my little mini radio. Y'all know I had a little radio generator that has a plug for your cell phone. It has a flashlight as well as like a solar panel on it. And apparently the way they must have tossed my bag or something made the alarm go off. So it was going, yeah. So when I open up the bag, it's flashing in the bag and whatnot. All I had to do was hit the button. They had me take the batteries out. They didn't keep my batteries. They just threw them in the suitcase and had me turn it off. So they were real cool about it. But I was just like, what else? Amon was getting frustrated. Why were you getting frustrated?
Oh, because the dude, I told him I'll be over there in a second, and he started yelling across the damn thing. But yeah, he was yelling at me.
That's my child, right?
Yeah, I told him, I was like, listen, like, I'm waiting for my mom. Like, I have to, like, watch and make sure she's okay. And, like, I was like, I'll be over there. I screamed over.
Well, you know what happened? He took one of the bags, and then he told Amon to bring the other 2. But the other gentleman on the other side of the column stopped me to help the brother fill out his form. And so Amon was not moving forward without me. That's what happened. But the guy couldn't see that I was helping someone or that Amon was waiting for me. All he knew was he was alone with our bag, which he, could have been anything, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Okay, so we finally get through that, right? And then they tell us that we have to go out of the airport walk around the entire airport to the old airport, because you know that's the new side where you enter. They make you walk outside. And we were assigned to follow a gentleman who was, I want to say he was mute.
I want to say inaudible.
Huh?
Inaudible.
Amon calls it inaudible. I guess that's a new term. I'm old school, so it was mute because he seemed to be able to hear fine. So this brother walked us across to the old airport. And when he got us here, he just kept pointing, showing us which way to go. But he wasn't walking away. Like there was nothing wrong with him as far as I'm concerned, because this brother stood there until he got his tip, didn't he? And mind you, they had a man sitting at the door. I forgot to mention this when we entered the airport, that was exchanging money, but we didn't exchange anything until we paid that $20 fee, because we paid that in Dalasi. And then we went back to the front door and exchanged the dollars so we could get dollars, right? We only had what was it, 14 American dollars or something like that.
Oh, don't forget, tell them, since we had to pay $20 for the check-in fee, that's $1,000 converted into Dalasi, 1,000 each.
Yes, that's 1,000 each converted into Dalasi. Hold on, there's a brother talking to us. Okay, so someone was just coming to check to see if we needed anything to drink. They have like a little sky bar, I guess they're calling it, on the other side of it. It's like a little countertop. Although it's sitting right in front of us, for some reason they think they need to send someone out. I guess he'll bring the drink to you. So we're not buying nothing in the airport. We drank and ate before we left and stuff, right? And you see Amon sitting here with his Pringles. I let him get his Pringles. I think they were 115 Dalasi. Right, in Ghana they was like 400 Ghana CDs. Oh, here they're 110 Dalasi. He wanted those for the plane. But we ate earlier anyway, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what were we talking about? You were talking about
the mute guy.
We're talking about the guy that led us over, who was not leaving until he got a tip. So I had an American dollar. I gave him $1 American, and he'll probably just take it and convert it. What did we do after that? So we got through. Once we got over here, after he led us over here, we thought we were done. We weren't done. There's a security agent at the door, and he says, "Did you fill out the declaration form?" And we're like, "No," because the form we filled out wasn't a declaration form. So then we proceed. I sit down. We fill out the declaration form. We have to stop again and talk to a brother, right? We talked to another brother. Oh, wait, before we filled out the declaration form, and then they had us walk through the thing to put our bags in.
That's normal.
We had to put our bags through the security check, right? Put our bags through the security check. We had to take our laptops out. We didn't beep, so we were able to walk through. Did we talk about the sister that checked all 3 of our bags by hand? Yeah, she checked all 3 of our bags. I think I was helping a guy, and they called Ammon into the room. And I don't know if they thought Ammon looked suspect or they checked everyone's bags. I think they're checking everyone's bags, because y'all know they had a big drug bust in the Gambia, right? Yeah, they had a big drug bust in the Gambia. So we left it at that. They had a big drug bust, and I think they're just checking everyone just for security reasons. But they did check all 3 of our bags. They didn't take anything out. We didn't have anything that we shouldn't have had in there. So back to our last checkpoint, we were able to walk from the last brother that asked us how long we were in the country. Asked what did it mean, but I said I was an advocate. I explained that. And it's cold. It is cold in the Gambia, y'all. Like, I'm not happy right now. This whole day was windy. It was strangely windy. So I don't know if the ancestors are upset with me because I'm leaving the Gambia. I just want them to know that I'm coming back. Please bring back the sun. Don't punish everybody because we're leaving. Or if they're preparing us for the cold weather that we're going back to. But I feel like my complexion is changing already. I feel like I'm looking different without the sun shining on me, and I'm not happy about it. Amon is laughing at me because he knows how I feel about how I look when I'm not getting proper sun. I get pale, but watch how quickly my skin changes when we get back to the States. Luckily, we have pretty clear skin, but then you can see like a yellow undertone. Vitamin D deficiency kicks in immediately. As soon as I'm deprived of the sun. But we just wanted to give y'all an update. This is a long one, so we're going to wrap it up. We're waiting in a sitting area, as you can see. This is a sitting area. They have an outside area, and they're probably going to send a little bus or something to transport over suppress the black tarp to the plane. So we're just waiting. We'll see what happens. Our flight actually leaves at 3 a.m., right? Which was confusing the girls last night because they were like, are you sure it's not 3 a.m.? Friday is the Saturday, and I was like, no, it's the 9th, it's the 10th. Now, our flight is 20 hours long total, right? Because we fly from the Gambia to Casablanca, Morocco, and we're there for 9 hours. Then we get our flight from Casablanca, Morocco to Washington, D.C. And we should get in at about, you said 10 o'clock at night? Or 7 o'clock at night?
Okay, I want to do the math again, but I don't know if, because this kind of looks like the same track as the time we were here.
I don't think it is, because think about it. If we board the plane at 4:25 in Casablanca and we arrive at 7:15, there's no way it's 4:25 to 7:15. So I think they did the time difference for our arrival at 7:15.
7:40 a.m. We wake up for 9 hours.
Yeah, 9 hours is 4:25 from 7 a.m.
How long is the flight back to America? I mean, to Dallas.
Well, take out the 9 hours. Oh, it's about 7. It's about 7 hours.
We'll figure it out.
7 to 8.
We'll tell you.
But we'll let you all know how it goes. Family, we just want to thank y'all for liking our videos since we've been on this journey, for following us, and we just want to continue to do what we do. I'll be documenting my journey from the time we arrive back in the States until I leave permanently. That will include all the financial challenges because the bills are waiting. They're waiting when we get back. But at least we won't have any bills from this trip. I did manage to bring back clean clothes, right? We only have very few dirty clothes because we made sure to wash as we went along. So bring enough clothes that you need for maybe 2 weeks and just find a way to wash your clothes. Hire somebody to wash them or wash them yourself so that you're not overpacking because you will pay for those extra bags. Right, you will pay for those extra bags. So we're going to wrap up. We're sitting waiting for the plane now. And I guess the next time we record will be when we get to Morocco to let y'all see what the Morocco airport looks like. Kind of upset that we're not able to, bless you, kind of upset that we're not going to be able to go out in Morocco because I think they have Gambia listed as like a high-risk COVID situation. Not really sure why, but they do. And so that's going to limit us being able to leave the airport. We have to stay in the airport. So we're going to stay in the airport, and then from there we'll record. So blessings, family. Stay strong, stay resilient, stay focused, and feel free to ask us any questions, leave any comments and below, and like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, everybody.